welcome to Nick Studios.
Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Alright? So let's get started.
ดังนิทานที่เล่ากี่ครั้งก็ยังเหมือนเดิมนั่นคือฉันรักเธอไม่เคยเปลี่ยนผันไปหากดาวได้ยินคำอธิษฐานของหัวใจกี่พันครั้งก็ยังจะขอให้
Hello, students. So you welcome back to Unit 7, Mother Nature, with me, Sir Nick, as your teacher for today, and always be your teacher in this YouTube channel. Alright, so without wasting time, so we are going to learn today about Unit 7, Mother Nature. You can open your textbook page 19A as your reference, right? So let's get started. Okay, this is the national treasure of flora and fauna in Malaysia. But I know some of you may know about this, and some of you may not, because maybe some of you have traveled a lot, and some of you maybe not ever been travel, but at least some of them know, right? Okay, so basically, these are some of the national treasure of flora and fauna. So basically, this is quite important to us because this national treasure of flora and fauna help us to keep our country become more green and become more healthy without interfere of human made or something like that, right? So we have the first one. We have the Botanical Garden Kuala Lumpur, which is the planted with collections of tropical plants. The garden have been rehabilitated and turned into a botanical garden. So basically it is a garden with many kind of plants and flowers and so on. So if you want to visit, sometimes you can take a fresh air with your family or kids or even your parents and your siblings and so on. You can go to the botanical garden if you have time after the pandemic is over, right? So the second one is National Park Pahang. So it is a place to come in Malaysia if you want to get back to basics and enjoy some of the prettiest flora and fauna in the country. So basically you can if you visit the National Park in Pahang, and you can also see the different kind of flowers that we never seen before. For example, we can see the rafflesia, you know, the one of the big flower that we found in Malaysia, in our country itself, the rafflesia, and kind of what type of trees, and then many things like that. Alright, so the third one is Zoo Negara Kuala Lumpur. So basically, Zoo Negara is a national zoological park and aquarium dedicated to conservation, recreation, education, training, and research of various animal and plant species. So basically, the zoo is a place for animal and plants, also like that, animals in the sea, because maybe for the younger generation, they don't know many animals and just see in the books or something like video, they cannot see in the real life. So basically, zoo help us to educate ourselves that important that taking care of these animals, because if we don't taking care of this animal, they will what they will not in our world anymore, because we cannot see. Alright, so basically this is a part of national treasure of flora and fauna. Maybe there are some more, maybe you know, like Zoo Taiping, Zoo Malacca, and so on. National Park in Kelantan, National Park in Terengganu, or Botanical Garden in somewhere else, or even Butterfly Garden in the Cameron Highlands. So basically you can see many places and you can go many places that keep the national flora and fauna in their place and make the reservation for them. Alright, so let's move on to the next part. Okay, There are a few of environmental issues in Malaysia. That's why we want a place that can make conserve that can conserve all of these flora and fauna, to make sure that the people and the people younger sorry, I'm so sorry, the younger generation can see and can look by their eyes, and how the animals shape, how the flowers shape and colors and so on. Because even we take videos, but the video can be edited. Same goes like the picture. The picture also can be edited. So maybe some of the pictures we see in the internet is not true, because it was being edited by someone like that lah. And then um when you see through your eyes, you can see, oh, this is the elephant is like this, the giraffe is like this, so the color of giraffe is a bit orangey, so like that. So you can determine yourself, you can describe by yourself, because you already see by your eyes, right? So the environmental issues in Malaysia, we have the endangered species, right? The endangered species, I'm sorry, this is wrong, this is not related to our lesson. Alright, so we have endangered species. Endangered species, like before this, we for example, we have the Sumatra rhinoceros. Now it already gone, because the last one is already dead, if I'm not mistaken lah. If you have the information, you can share with us. Alright, so we want to keep them as long as possible, because we don't want them to vanish and become just like history, because not all of them were harmful to us. Unlike dinosaurs maybe can be harmful to us because they are so big, and then we cannot keep them long, and then there is a reason why they are no longer here. Because if the dinosaur is still here, the buildings will all gone, and you don't have your house because the dinosaur just step on your house and stuff like that. So these small animals basically help us, right, to know something, and then to make our general knowledge know about the uh, fauna or the animals. Also, not only animals, but also flowers and trees and so on, the green things. All right, so the next one is the deforestation. Okay, change color, wait, yeah, change color to blue, so you can see. Okay, so the next one is deforestation. You know the deforestation where you cut the tree, and then without you cannot control it, you cut the trees, and then the earth become more hot. That is because we don't take care of our nature. We do deforestation without controlling them, and then become hot, and then you will blame on who wants to blame. Because maybe some people said, if we do if we do not do the deforestation, how can we come out with the paper and so on? So basically, you can do the deforestation, but it must be controlled, because uh you know that many other things can do with the papers. For example, you can recycle the papers, and then you can make with something else and so on. Not only tree can make a papers, for example, for the papers. Okay, so please, if you see someone do deforestation without control, please report it. Okay. And then the next one is pollution. Okay, pollution is very common in every country, right? So pollution is not good to our country, because we have many kind of pollution. We have sound pollution, we have air pollution, we have water pollution. Even now, if you see this the latest update after the PKP has over, and not it's still not over, but we are a bit free, and then the people go to the waterfall and so on, but they left the rubbish everywhere. I'm so mad at it when I look at it, because this is can make the pollution, because the water itself, we use the water. For example, people throw rubbish in your water, so you drink the water. So basically you drink the rubbish water. So do you want to drink the rubbish water? Of course not. It is disgusting, right? So please take care of the pollution. Same goes to the sound pollution. Maybe some of uh your what we call your house maybe near to the uh people who wants to build the building and so on. They have the machine, and then sound like and then it cannot be controlled and all. So there is also the sound pollution, and then it can lead to global warming. So the next is reclamation, and then we have recycling and waste management. So basically everything that become the rubbish, if you can recycle, just recycle. But basically in Malaysia we have so many waste management. When you eat, you left, and you left the half of the food because you cannot eat, and then you waste, and then you throw it away. That is some of the waste management, right? Understand the environmental issue in Malaysia? Alright, let's we move on. Okay, so the objectives for today is, the first one is you have to describe about the nature and the environment, and the second one is answer the comprehension question based on the text given later. Alright, so let's we move on. Okay, before we start, I want you to read the this article in your textbook, page 19.8. Alright, so you can read by your own, and I also will read for you. Alright, so the article is about amazing animals. So you might think that what makes us different from animals is our ability to think and to build friendship with others, but in fact animals are capable of more extraordinary love things than you might imagine. Find out why, right? I will read the first one. Big love. In many cultures, elephants are seen as a symbol of wisdom and are known for having an excellent memory. They have the largest brains of all land animals, and their intelligence is evident in their ability to learn, use tools, and even in their sense of humor. They are very social animals, and although they live in herds, they spend their life in pairs devoted to a best friend. These friendships between elephants are well known, but in an elephant sanctuary in the United States, an unusual friendship blossomed. Tara, an Asian elephant, chose Bella, a dog, as her best friend. The old pair loved spending all their time together, eating, sleeping, and playing. Then, one day, Bella had an accident. For the entire 3 weeks it took her to recover, Tara waited outside the sanctuary office. She was free to wander the 2,200 acres, but she was loyal to her friend and chose to wait for her to get better. It just shows us how animals don't consider differences when they choose their friends. That is about the elephants, and also how elephants make the friendship is important. So, even we say that it's okay to hurt animals, it had no feeling. No, it's not right. Animals also have feelings, but it cannot control like us, right? So the next one is clever crows. We use the word bird brain for people who are not very clever, but just because birds have small brains, it doesn't necessarily mean that they aren't intelligent. Especially crows. Some crows make tools for finding food. They think about what tool they need and look for it. If they cannot find the right shape, they make the tool themselves by cutting bits of wood from trees, leaves, or grass. They even store their tools in a safe place to use at a later time. Another thing they hide is food. This is common among many animals, but if a crow thinks another crow from the flock is watching, it will pretend to store food in one place, then put it somewhere else. Crows in Japan are clever enough to leave nuts on the road, at traffic lights so that the car will run over them and crack them open. And amazingly, crews have been filmed using food scrap for fish bait. They drop the scrap into the sea to attract fish and catch them. Pretty smart thinking for such small brain, right? The next one is about dolphin to the rescue. Dolphins are well known for their intelligence and their ability to understand human language. However, many people do not realize how well they communicate with other animals, with which they share the with which they share the oceans. In 2008, two whales, a mother and her calf, ended up getting stuck in shallow waters off the coast of New Zealand. A group of people gathered at once wanting to help. They spent hours trying to direct the whales back into deeper water. Both the rescuers and whales were exhausted, and after some time, the authorities were at loss. They didn't know what to do next, and in the end, they decided to give up. They were considering putting the animals down when a dolphin turned up. Somehow, it calmed the whales down and communicated with them. Within a few minutes, the whale were following the dolphin back to the freedom of safe waters. The dolphin had saved their life and had accomplished something that humans had not been able to. It reminds us, not even though we might not understand what animals are saying, other animals probably do. So basically, you don't judge animal if they don't understand. Basically, we don't know if they understand or not, because if they can speak to other animals, why not? Why not? They can understand our language. Just us can understand their language, right? So basically, don't hurt any animals because they are so lovely. All right. So there is the article about. So let's we move on to the next slide. Okay, the first one I want to answer the question one. Are there any animals that you consider intelligent? And you have to state why. For example, like me, this is an example. Like me, I choose monkeys because monkeys are also considered to be very intelligent. Besides being curious, monkeys also teach their young what they need to know and pass this knowledge on from one generation to the next. In addition, they use tools, medicine, and language because monkey understand each other, right? So that is my idea or my answer. So I want you to answer the first question, alright? Understand? Okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay, I want you to answer the second question. What are elephants seen as in many cultures? It's already in the text given to you. The second one, who do you use the word bird brain for? So easy. It also stated in the text. The third one, what are the dolphins well known for? It's also easy. You can answer these questions easily. Alright? So I want to answer the questions and write down in your books. Done? Okay, it's okay if you do not have time. You can pause the video and then you can stop or you can rewind the video again. Alright? So let's move on to the question 3. Okay, the question 3 is read the text again and write E for elephant, C for crow, and D for dolphin. Which animal? Okay, they have the 8 statement. So, you have to state which animal is specifically for this animal. For example, number 1 uses its knowledge to help other species. Okay, which animal? So it is dolphin, right? So you have to write D in the circle, right? So the rest is I left to you. Okay? Alright, so you can pause the video and answer the question and then write it in your books. Okay. So let's move on. So let's recap. So today we learned about animals, plants, or the place that conservative. For example, like botanical garden in Kuala Lumpur, we have Zoo Negara, National Zoo, and then we have national park, and then the place right there you learn about and then you learn about animals and also environment and the environmental issues. What are the environmental issues that we have in our country, Malaysia, deforestation and so on. You can remember that. And then we have the big three article, which is about the elephant, the crows and the dolphin. So if you don't understand, you can read again by yourself, or you can rewind this video, right? Okay, that, and then you have to answer the question given. Okay, that is the recap for today. So for the moral value for today is we must take care of our nature, because if you don't want to take care, who else wants to take care of nature? But ourselves have to take care of nature. It what we call it as a common sense, right? So basically, take care of nature is just your common sense. That, for example, you have kids, so you don't take care of them, then they will, what will happen to them? They will miserable. And then same to the plants or same to the animals. If you don't take care of them, they will miserable or gone and something like that. That people will hurt them, other people will hurt them, and like that. Okay. So I hope you enjoy the lesson for today. So thank you for listening to the lesson for today, and I hope to see you soon.